The Dobrinic Channel is back, and today we are talking about the cleanest coal plant in the world getting ready to be shut down. More details right after this. Stick around. Welcome back to the Dobrinic Channel. Today we are talking about the cleanest coal plant in the whole world. This is located in Coffeen, Illinois. It's a 915 megawatt power plant, and this thing is the cleanest power station in the whole world. And they are going to close it down by the end of 2019. That is because of multi-pollution standard rules set by the Illinois Pollution Control Board. Governor Bruce Renner, the previous governor, signed that into legislation, and it's just making a bad deal for the people in Montgomery County because this is going to be a big tax cut. Not only are they cutting the cleanest power plant, but they're also cutting one in Havana. The other three plants that are going to be closed is Canton, Hennepin, and Havana, including Coffeen. There's going to be over 300 people that are going to lose their jobs because of this. And that is just crazy, ladies and gentlemen. These are some of the cleanest coal plants in the whole world, and they're just going to shut them down nilly-willy. Now, I have a friend that works there. I won't mention his name, but he just basically says that because of the site being basically needs one of the units is trashed and needs $1 million in repairs. The Texas company Vistra Energy, they're basically wanting to put solar panels in place of the coal plants that are there, but they're still wanting to use the battery banks that are there because those things are still operational. They are making a mistake and they think they're going to get a tax break, but if Montgomery County was smart, they would be like, no tax break for you because you're still going to use the land to create energy. Now, it might not be making coal energy, but you're definitely going to be making solar. But the problem is you're going to go from having 100 people working at the facility down to 4, and they're going to be making more. So in my opinion, the tax burden needs to go up on them just to teach these people a lesson that you don't get to come in and delete jobs and think it's okay. And furthermore, do you think they're going to be making 915 megawatts of power? They own a whole bunch of land in Coffeen, and I mean a whole bunch. So it's a very good possibility that that could happen. I mean, it's a real good possibility that could happen. So if they're still making 915 watts of power, then why should they get a tax credit, period? Just my opinion. They're definitely going to have to pay on sales tax on any amount of money that they make. They got companies coming around right now trying to convince people that they need to put solar on their roof, but they don't offer no battery bank. Why is that? They came to my house. They said, hey, put solar on your roof. You get a tax break from the government and you get a tax break from Ameren, but hey, guess what? It still costs you $20,000. And that's how they'll get you. And then, oh yeah, the power goes out. Well, that's just too bad. You still get no power. Because why? Because you're using Ameren or this power company as your battery bank. So therefore, while you're at work, not using no power or using very little power, you're pumping it back into the system for them to use nilly-willy. And is that fair? I don't think so. So I told them no. Tax break or not, it doesn't matter. Because the problem is the solar doesn't really cost as much as they're saying it's costing, but whenever they got the government and the power company in their back pocket, of course they're going to tell you that. And then you get to pay interest on that. And that interest is not, that $20,000 that you still owe is going to be more like 30 by the time you get done paying it. So you're really not money ahead as much as they'd like to tell you that you are. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out if you know what you're looking for. But you think the power company's done with you? Oh no, if you bought this solar program from them and you put the solar panels on your roof like you asked, and you're pumping power back into the grid, and every month you're getting ahead and you think, all right, they're going to owe me money. They're going to owe me $15. They're going to owe me $30. They're going to owe me $100. and let's say it's 100 even, and you go on for 12 months like that. Let's say you start in January and you're producing $100 a month profit, kicking it back into the grid for them to use. That's great, but guess what happens in January? They come in, they steal it from you. They wipe it out like you never did anything. Is that fair? I don't think so. If you do, that's great, but hey, I don't think that's a great idea at all. So I potentially just saying, let's say I produced $1,200 worth of power, positive, not negative, where they owe me $1,200. They don't cut you a check. No, no, they just take it from you every year, and that's thievery. So how you ever getting ahead? Yeah, it paid for itself, but they also stole from you. And this is wrong, ladies and gentlemen. There should be an outrage on this. So if you see an ad for solar and say that you can get some kind of tax break, just remember they want to know what your credit score is. They want to know all about you. And then, oh yeah, by the way, we're not going to produce any batteries for you. Why? Because they don't want you storing that battery's power to reuse later for yourself. They want you to pump it back into the grid so they can make money. Because if you store that power for yourself, then you're not producing it for them, and they don't want that, because at the end of the day, in January, when January 1st rolls around, any money that they owed you is not going to much matter, because they are going to take those credits away from you, and you're not going to get nothing. Zilch, zero, absolutely nothing. So if you ever decide to do solar, please take it from me. Don't go by this power company, because it's a scam and it's a sham. They're out for the power companies, and they're out to line their pockets. Trust me on this one. So with that being said, you guys have a blessed day. Much love. God bless everybody, and peace. I'm out. The Brennick Channel. Like and subscribe.